Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, spiritual teacher, and of mystical things as well, and so much more. So, let me see. This read is for, or video read is for, actually, this horoscope read is for the sign of Gemini for the month of April 2020. So today I'm creating this on the 2nd of April, which is day 8 of our lockdown here in New Zealand. So if you're in New Zealand anyway, and hello and welcome to my to this video that Spirit and I are creating for you. So you're welcome to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, whichever that you are watching this on. Please subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel if you're watching it on YouTube, and or like my my Facebook page, and follow it or like it, and that way you can keep up to date with what videos I am putting up, especially also now that we find ourselves in this in this isolation period of time. Phase that we're in. So let me see. Now, just a reminder that these reads are general reads, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's absolutely wonderful. However, if they don't, please check out one of your other signs. Don't try and make it fit, but yeah, like I said, check out one of your other signs. This is yeah, that, okay, where was I going there? There was something else I was going to, sorry, I have a little bit of mind blank. So, yeah, and you may be finding that yourself as this energy is kind of, as you're shifting your vibration as well. So, anyway, just want to go back to that. So, okay, that's what I was going to go say, is that there is a link below in the description box below if you're watching this on YouTube, and otherwise the description box above if you're watching that on Facebook, that will take you to a calculator so you can find out what your what other signs you have in your chart that you fall under. So like for me, this is I'm a Gemini and I follow my sun sign. So but you may be Gemini that's under, you know, that in your sign might be Gemini under Moon, Rising or Venus while you are here on this page, and that's all good. Or you could be a cross watcher. So if you are, welcome as well. So anyway, let me see. If you're wanting to book a personal reading with me, I am taking readings at the moment, so and or healing sessions. So just check out, inbox me to make an appointment and see what and to get you know, an idea of what my you know, lockdown prices are for you and that sort of thing. Anyway, let's get on to it, Gemini. So when I was doing my meditation and tuning into your energy before I clicked on this button, I actually, there was, I actually didn't get a heck of a lot. Well, normally I do, and I feel like that's because there's a lot of yous are really working through, you know, have been working through and working through stuff with yourself. And a lot of you, not all of you, or not all of us, but and there's a space where you're at, and like, yeah, where you're at the moment, where you may be feeling like you know, a lot more one or at peace with yourself and with your surroundings, and where you are at in your life, even through this time. And some of you, I know, I get, are not quite there yet, and that's okay too. But I still feel like there's, even then, you know, if you're not quite at that space, like there is a sense of, okay, this is it. It is what it is, and we'll just work through it. We'll get through it, and we'll figure out the rest as we go along, because it really is one of those things at the moment where it is, even for businesses that people are working from home, and you know, in business, even for myself, it was, you know, you take even months ago, you know, we could look at it, have a plan, and follow it, and it was going to come through, but Now we're having to take, like, at one stage for a lot of us, it was like taking a month at a time, or one day at a, 1 week at a time, which is what I feel, a lot of us were doing. Now it's like 1 day at a time, see what happens, see what brews, see what, eliminates, what releases, and that sort of thing. So it's really cool. Oh, the light's shining through on my crystal, so, which is really cool. Really magical. So, and I'm kind of feeling, and that's what the energy is, if you choose to look at it, is really magical. So when I go into this meditation, when I'm shuffling these cards, even, I'm asking Spirit about what is, what each star sign most needs to know right now. And so, and like I say, I didn't get a heck of a lot like I normally do. So, but there seems to be a lot of communication is always keeping that up as well. So maybe we're not doing. I kind of felt like we're starting with these moon readings, moon cards. These are the moonology cards that I'm shuffling right now. And there is a card in here. I can feel it coming. I just haven't shuffled it right. Oh, there we go. There's a few cards. I knew it. Okay, look at that. And that's right. We're waiting for it because, look, the first card at the top is New Moon in Gemini. And it is about communication. Communication is key. So I'm just going to put, I've got this because I don't have, communication is key. Now I'm just going to hold that up again. So have a look at that. There's us, there, two, the twins there. And so, and we are communicators, as you know. But really communication is key. And it could be that, for some of you may be doing this. And you may not be doing this, but maybe you do need to be doing this, or it may be that you required to express yourself to family members, to people, people in your vicinity. It's maybe how you express yourself, and taking a really good look at yourself and why you are letting people, why you are letting people get under your skin. Okay. So, and it may be like, I'm hearing on the flip side of that for some of you, somebody or some people may be questioning why you aren't saying anything. And so, and sometimes communication doesn't necessarily mean, that we have to actually speak. But we can communicate like through our hands, through our body language, through that look that we have sometimes, So it could be anything, but communication really is key into getting your point across, but also to showing people that you love them, to showing, in that sort of way. So, whatever communication is to you, I'm just hearing too, for some of you, it might be like picking up the phone or getting on Facebook and having a family conference or something like that, or a one-on-one conference. It's whatever it is for you, why that has come up for you, but definitely communication. So, and the next card that come out, it's time to release negativity. So there's a full moon in Scorpio. Gosh, full moon in Scorpio. So there's maybe a water sign that may be around you. And then maybe water might be for some, I love water as a healing and a tool to help release things and wash things away. So it may be that for you, it may be like going to water if you're living near water. It could be down the river. It could be down by the beach if you live near the beach and it's handy to you. Whatever it is for you, I feel like water is a really wonderful and helpful tool for you to help you release negativity. On saying, in that sense, cool. But Scorpio, so it may actually be to do with someone who is in Scorpio. Now the next card is the mutable moon and card, and nothing is yet set in stone. So, and while we are going through this through this time, you know, nothing really is set in stone, and so it's kind of like throwing people out of our comfort zone, you know, or out of their comfort zone and maybe out of your comfort zone to because nothing really is set in stone, to any sort of, there's, you know, no guaranteed security of job, which affects the guaranteed security of, you know, holding, with your a purchase, you know, a property, a mortgage, you know, if you hold a mortgage or have a mortgage, or a loan or whatever, or a business, and you know, whatever it is to you. So and because nothing is set in stone, like Spirit is saying, looking at it in another point of view, like even though there's nothing set in stone in that way, but it may, you know, to look at it in the sense that it opens it. There's the look at the possibility that it opens up new doors for you that may be better, or that you to add on to actually completely move and, you know, leave something to move into something else, whatever it is. But it's like because, you know, there is nothing like that that's set in stone. So it's like in going in there with that question, or, you know, like what else is possible, you know, with that, you know, because there is nothing set in stone. And see that moon, that moon there, the mutable moon. I'm not sure exactly what mutable moon. If I want to like have a look at that one, so for some reason, let's have a look. Mutable moon. I feel like I want to. Oh, there we go. It's open. I can read this one. The other one I couldn't find it for dust. So mutable moon. Nothing is set in stone. Mutable. Okay, that makes sense. All about change. So shape shifting. Even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing, and there's room for maneuver, which is just what I said, pretty much. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalised. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvellous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense of that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news, because you can still influence. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. So that's kind of where, you know, that's where Spirit we're going with that. So, and which is interesting, because this next card that fell out is adjustments are required. So, and that's in the third quarter moon. And so in the third quarter moon phase, you know, we're looking at, let me see, what's a third quarter? You know, wrapping up stuff, old projects and things like as before we go into the full moon phase. So, and we do actually have a new moon phase that's coming up, like, you know, literally on the 8th of April. So, which means we are now in a waning phase. I mean, a waxing phase. Sorry, which means in the first quarter, which means this is a good time to push through new projects that you may have been doing, like in your mind about with yourself. And it may be Spirit might have been giving you ideas to do something new around the house, or it's something like for a little while ago that's come through, popped up again. Now you have the opportunity to start getting through, start doing that, that sort of thing. But, you know, with this mutable moon, with this third quarter moon, it's just also reiterating, like, I'm feeling this is more like at the end, you know, the month coming and going into this, I'm calling it the second phase of the lockdown, or the collective healing time that we're going through. Depending on, you know, what the assessment is from the government, but I'm feeling it might be a little bit longer. However, it's going into that, like, adjustments are made with this mutable moon, and it's just saying that it's keeping that mind open, just like the message said in the mutable moon. So bring love into the situation is the new moon in Aquarius, this one. And it's interesting because we are actually moving into Aquarius, you know, this Aquarius energy with a new, you know, with the era of Aquarius coming in. the age of Aquarius. So I'm going to pop that up there. You may not be able to actually see that one. Oh, I've only got 4 up. But anyway, I'm going to pop it up because the energy is really lovely. So in the age of Aquarius, which is interesting because I do have a new guide that has come through, who is from Atlantis. And of course, Aquarius is another air sign as well. So although Aquarius is an air sign, it just brings, and Atlantis is water, but it's kind of like there's a connection there because of the water normally about. So Aquarius can be seen as water as well, but not in the star signs, horoscope signs. Interesting. Right. Oh, right. That one didn't. That's not it. So I'm just gonna, for some reason, I want to start with these cards, which is interesting. So you may have felt, or noticed me like leaning to the side. So you may be feeling a little bit, not so much casual, but okay, with with everything basically in some ways, but it's like you're not going to get your hickles up about it. And so if you're not one of those ones, it's maybe they may be talking to you about like finding that place, going to that place, and and that communication thing with spirit, with yourself, with family, so you can find that space of peace, calm, and harmony, excitement, and joy, all at the same time in there. Anyway, so number 21 is the card from these Oracle Energy cards that have fallen out. Gosh. Oh, by the way, these are the Moonology cards from Yasmin Boland. And these are, I'm not sure who made one, but there's the Energy Oracle cards, and it's strategy. So it's like, Spirit are talking about, strategy there with you, with us, with the sign of Gemini, and it's number 21. So there may be, like with number 2 is about relationships again, but maybe that somebody's coming into your energy, into your space, to do with a relationship, whether it be a partnership, whether it be a friend, or whether it be partnership as in like business, or a partnership as in like love partnership energy. So it may not physically happen by right now, but it may have been happening in the near past, but coming up in the future. So there may be something there but there's also about strategizing like your plan for you as well. Because look at this, it's got journal log. So on there, I've not really noticed it, but it says journal log with the feather there in this book. So it's about writing your plan out. So what I'm hearing is like maybe doing that, like an exercise I do every now and then is when I'm going to create a vision board or something or similar, or just to bring me back into focus again when I feel like there is change coming up and I need to change something. It's and sometimes we can distract ourselves at times. So to bring me back, I write out a list of what do I want to do, what do I want to have, or what do I want to be in my life, and that kind of like refocuses my energy. And it's also, what do I want to stop doing, what do I want to start doing, what do I want to keep doing in my life. And then so there's two parts there. But the other side of that too is just journal, so you can figure it out what it is, because there's something about strategy there, and I'm sensing like that's some sort of a plan, like a 12-month plan, or or vision board basically, of what you want to do, where you're going to go, and just it's like to keep the momentum going in the energy and the and your inspiration with your ideas and your goals up and out there. So, and because it also says that nothing is set in concrete and adjustments are required, so you may need to adjust that. So I mean, it's all there. They're telling you what you need to do. We need to know. I don't think I need to explain too much more about that. So they're just confirming some stuff and keeping you occupied in another way. Okay, Magician and the Mirror. Oh, wow. Isn't that really pretty cool? Because we are known, Geminis are known as the magicians, as well as, you know, and able to create something out of nothing, basically. So, and it's like looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, looking at yourself and looking in yourself in the mirror and seeing that you are the magician, you are the creator of whatever it is that you want to create, be who, or, you know, or have in your life, you know. And, you know, it's about changing the, you know, the vibration of the energy that where you're thinking, because that's going to be the vibration that you're going to emit out, because, you know, our energy will drop, your energy will drop. So it's trying to keep, you know, we keep working on that, you know, on the future in a positive way. And, you know, and things are obviously going to be needing to, having that open mind to things may need to be adjusted at times. And that's really cool. And this is number 53 in the deck. And number 5 is about energy, you know, and we were just talking about that. And number 3 is about balance. So it's keeping that balance between, you know, with the yin and the yang, you know, the shadow side and the light side, which is what, you know, with the head and the thinking, you know, so we can quite easily tip too far to overthinking about something, and then, and then, so it's finding that balance with that, in the way, which will help you to find the balance in everything else. And therefore, when you're with that balance of the energy, you're going to get that alignment, you know, where it needs to be, so things can fall into place as they need to. Okay, as they need to be falling into place. Okay, cool. So I just feel like I'll need to draw, or want to draw, a couple of cards out of the tarot deck just to see what they have to say, and maybe more confirmation, which is kind of, as well. So we have the Six of Cups, past memories and future dreams is the theme around the Six of Cups. So there may have been, you know, so we're talking about, you know, that it's like, not letting those, but what I'm is not letting those past memories get in the way of your future dreams, because cups is about, you know, emotions and feelings, intuition, but also creativity as well. But it's how you choose to use those emotions and feelings, you know, and as to where that your intuition, you know, to let your intuition in to guide you, and the creativity to create what it is that you're wanting to create, rather than what you're not wanting to create. So, you know what I mean? Okay, so there may be a Cancer, you know, a water sign that's in your space. Maybe Cancer. Oh, there's a few there, and I'm going to take that one too. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, because there's like Scorpios come up in here as well. So maybe looking at that as well. Who could be in a space that could be connected to these past memories, but also that are there. So the Nine of Swords is the unfounded fears. Is the theme behind it is unfounded fears and nightmares. So with the Nine of Swords, I kind of feel like there's, you know, you can see that it's then, you know, the swords are above your head, they're not touching you. So it's like, and, you know, and which is depicts to me like there, you know, it's all in our head. They're not there. It's just something we've got in our head, but it's not actually touching there. So that means it's not tangible. And which is, you know, the theme of this card is unfounded fears in there. So it's like and I feel like for some of you are still in that space, and other views, like I said in the beginning, is that you're more at peace or acceptance, and it's just like, now let's find a solution, or let's see what happens, and then we can find us, you know, work with it from there. It's like, you know, let's cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, but also in the back of your mind, you've got a strategy behind that where you could go, like plan B or plan C, say, but there is a strategy in the background. So that's where they're coming from with all this. So keep that in mind, and you are keeping that in mind. And so then we have the Nine of Swords straight after that. So there seems to be, and the Devil Devil card. So, yeah, okay. So suffering with dignity and resignation, the Ten of Swords. So, the Nine of Swords is you're wet through something, and there's something is coming to completion with what way you are thinking. And then you have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like you will have, you will have got worked through that, and figured it out. And it's like at the end of it, you think, oh, what the hell? But, why the hell did I think of like that for? Oh, actually, no, that's not the Ten of Swords. That's the Queen of Swords. I don't know why I'm thinking the Ten of Swords for. The Queen of Swords, but that's still really good because it's like she's in her own power. She's, like the Queen, she's owning everything. She's sorted it, and that she's sitting in her throne, and she's figured it all out basically. That actually I don't need to go there. So she's cut through the bullshit basically, and then also we have the power, that power and energy imprisoned, the theme of the Devil card. So it's like you end up releasing yourself from that space that you put yourself in there, and the mind. So it's kind of, that's where I'm feeling with that, where that is. It's like, but make sure you don't let yourself go back there again. For some of you, it may be don't let this stuff get you to that place because you're handing it over don't hand it over to like the negative energy or thoughts and fears that are out there. But I do feel and why I'm saying that is because the Queen was underneath the Devil card. So don't allow yourself to be imprisoned and let her out, And for some of you, it will be the other way around because they've got the Nine of Swords there. So it's like, I feel like even though you did have unfounded fears, they are moving, or they have moved. They are moving. And then we have the Six of Swords, which at the last card that is found that came out. So the Six of Swords is talks about moving away from that strife and that fear, that thinking and that feeling in that way. And because look, there's the boat. They're in the boat. There's a little bit, it's not choppy, but there's a few little waves there. But you're moving away from all that stuff, which is awesome. And it's to with this here, so you can reach that space of even more so. Wow. And like, this is not just about this coronavirus thing and the lockdown thing and what's happening. It's like there's the bigger, wider picture. Obviously, what the outcome is going to be is there are some obvious things that are there, but don't let that be the thing that gets too much in your head. Okay. It's just keep doing what you can keep doing to keep yourself sane, basically, and get that strategy out. What is it I want to do? Get into that energy of doing that, and strategize what you want, how you want your life to look, and how you want your family to be and look, and all that sort of thing. And what else are you good at? So this is what this what do I want to do, be, and have exercise does. It's like it opens up the door. So when you do that exercise, if you choose to do it, make sure you're doing it intuitively and not too thinking about it. Do it intuitively, because the rest will come out as you unfold it. And give it about 2 or 3 days, and then maybe a week until you finished writing it out, because it's like you might go look back and you'll say, oh, that's, I do want that, but it's kind of, but you may think, feel that I'm going to rewrite that or reword that in that sense. Anyway, very powerful, very amazing energy there for you. Very deep energy will be in moving through it and forward with life as it is at the moment. Very exciting times. That's how I look at it. That's how I choose to look at it. And that's how I choose to be. And, and everything that has come up in here, I have been through that at some point or one point in time, and I am doing that now, and have been like in my mind and my plan to do that, and also assessing my updating actually my vision board as well. So, and adding to it, I'm thinking, and ticking off some things on there, but also with the knowing that actually I want to continue doing some of those things as well. but also allowing myself to let me know, remind me that actually I've done that. I'm doing that, and I'm still doing that. So that's pretty cool in that sense, and it's something that you will end up looking. So if you do it now, by the time you get to post lockdown, it's like you'll look back and you'll think, man, I actually have achieved all of that, or most of that, or some of that even. It's up to it's just kind of like just helps us to give us a like a target or a goal, and it's good practice for when we get out there again. Anyway, lots of love to you, my beautiful Geminians, and God bless you all. Love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure. And bye for now.